If you've been feeling a deep inner calling to break through limitations, elevate your purpose, and align your success with your soul's highest vision, this new moon is your moment. It isn't just any new beginning, it's a cosmic reset for your next level of impact. It's really designed for conscious leaders who are ready to activate their purpose, activate their influence and income with full spiritual alignment. And that is the key, to actually be fully aligned with who we are on the inside and what we're doing in the world. We're entering a portal of transformation that'll redefine how you approach your life, your business, and your purpose. I will give you the remedies throughout this video on how to navigate this energy, this Aquarius new moon. And at the end, I'll also give you some new moon reflection and activation questions so you can take all the information deeper and get some soul directives on what you're to do next. Before we dive in deeper, if you're wondering how this powerful new moon is influencing your unique astrological blueprint, I have 2 free gifts for you. The Vedic chart calculator to uncover your placements in Vedic astrology, and a Sacred Wealth quiz built off my Sacred Wealth Code proprietary system to help you align with your purpose and prosperity. You can grab those in the link below. So this new moon is in Aquarius in Shatabishak Nakshatra, February 27th at 15 degrees. So it's right mid-sign, which is really quite powerful. And the queen is representational of the moon here, and the king, the sun. New moons always happen when the sun and the moon are together. And in that dark moon period of time, it's a time to plant our seeds, go inside, set our intentions. And this is a very powerful cycle to be setting our intentions, because we're about to go into the eclipse season. This actually is our doorway into the eclipse season. This is the last moon we will be having before we have the lunar eclipse on the 14th of March and the solar eclipse on the 29th. So we're going into a rock and roll period of time, lots of transformation, lots of things shifting and changing, huge planetary pile up in Pisces. Little prelude, I'll be giving you the February update here very soon and talk about all of that, break it all down. One of the other sacred days that we have going on with this new moon is Mahashivaratri, and that happens on February 25th to 26th, and it's really the night of the divine activation, a night of dedicated to spiritual practice, meditation, chanting Om Namah Shivaya, and traditional practices like staying awake all night and fasting. It's in homage to Lord Shiva, the deity of destruction and liberation, and marks a time of overcoming darkness and ignorance. This always happens when we have the new moon in Aquarius, and in Vedic astrology, the new moon is absolutely in Aquarius. And this is, we're coming out of the winter time, out of the dark, out of dealing with whatever's come up on the inside through the darker time of the year and breaking through. And this is a time of really releasing attachments. Lord Shiva has that ability to help us to break through any of the thought patterns, any ways that we are attached, and helps us to blast through that mental maya so that we can move forth more aligned. And this is really important to have. It's important for our alignment because we are attached, and that's okay. We need to be attached to some things, our loved ones, the things that we're passionate about doing in our business, but there's some attachments we have that are weighing us down. And that's the key, is like, where is it weighing you down? So those are the things that are going to be useful to be releasing over this new moon period of time, and I'll give you some recipes for doing that. Also at this new moon time, we have Mercury entering Pisces, and that happens on the 24th, so right here at the new moon period of time. And this Mercury in Pisces is going to have a long stay. It is going to be there all the way into May, I believe, into the beginning of May, because this is a retrograde period of time for Mercury retrograde. and Venus will be here in Pisces, is there already, and is going to be retrograding. So we've got a lot of movement and we've got a lot going on here. Now, what you want to know about the Mercury in Pisces, and I'll decode this even more as we go into next month, but it's just not a great time for our logical thinking. Our intuition is very heightened. This is very much the energy of the messenger. The merchant, the other part of Mercury, represents business, of course. And when we get this energy in Pisces, we've got to really lean into our intuition to know what to trust and not be so reliant on our logical mind. So if you're not already deeply connected with your being able to trust yourself, tuning into your heart, that's why I'm pointing, if you're watching me, pointing to my heart here, what's true, what it feels like. Mercury is going to ask you to lean into that more. Super important. Mars just completed its retrograde time and is finally moving forward, empowering us to have new clarity, to move forward on all the things that we have been tossing around in our minds and maybe arguing with other people about. It's been a real challenging aspect having Mars in retrograde for so long, and being in Gemini where it has gone direct, you're going to start to be able to put some things in order. It's just gone direct on the 23rd. It's going to take a couple days for it to get going into its forward momentum. So just still watch your desire to communicate and to share ideas, and better yet, take action on those, as opposed to bumping up against others with those and arguing. That's not so useful. Eclipse season we have entered, and we'll have the lunar eclipse on the 14th, and we have the solar eclipse on the 29th of March, and these are deep karmic shifts. And this rock and roll period of time is really going to go through May with all the retrogrades and such. So this is the time we need to be setting our intentions very clearly on this very transformational new moon, because it really is a game changer for conscious leaders all around. And if you've built material success, but you feel that inner pull towards something deeper, and if you're ready to amplify your influence without compromising your authenticity, this new moon is very much a sacred invitation for you to step fully into your soul's highest expression. This Aquarius energy is very much about our humanitarianism, and it really emphasizes our purpose-driven prosperity, aligning our wealth with our divine calling. And that's actually what the Sacred Wealth Code is all about, helping us to align where does purpose and prosperity intersect for us, and how do we put that into action, because it gives you your highest value gifts, and it also gives you where you're stuck in your shadow. So it's a very important time for us to recalibrate around our values, our independence, and open up to more unconventional approaches. Aquarius is a very innovative placement, and Shadabishak Nakshatra is a very innovative healing placement. And it's more, this is that bridge between modern innovation and that ancient wisdom that Vedic astrology gives us. So you're going to want to pay attention to what is it that you are here to shift, that you are here to change? What's the change? This is like social purpose. What are the change you're here to make? This is a natural new beginning for change agents on every level. So what have you come with? What's the next step for you? Or what is the next evolution of what you're here to take a stand for? And it really gives us that strong sense of dharma. Dharma means purpose and social responsibility. We all have a social responsibility. And if you are using your gifts, your highest value gifts, you are in alignment with your purpose, and that is a huge part of your social responsibility. If we're all on purpose, the collective that we are creating together is of a much higher frequency than we're all pulled apart in those lower shadow energies. So this really has an energy more towards the mystical and spiritual practices in Shadabishak. And I want to invite you to take that extra time for meditation during this time, for really tuning in, doing any clearing work. And sometimes that clearing work is really recognizing, just in the simplistic way of, what is true for you and what is not true for you. What are you willing to let go of? Even if you don't know how, awareness precedes change, but what are you willing to let go of or know you need to in order to elevate to the next step, into the next level? Really important. See, Vedic astrology gives us a roadmap for using our cosmic timing, our purpose for success. It helps us to see our own timelines on where we're being called, depending on the soul cycle we're running, the dasha cycle, depending on how the transits are hitting us. And when we are more in tune with ourselves, and we know this, our own roadmap, then those nudges that we're getting that are not from the logical mind, that are not from what's outside of us, those inner nudges or those inner pulls start to make a whole lot more sense, and it's much easier to follow. So Shadabishak is associated with healing, with medicine, with mystical practice. This is where my moon is actually in Vedic astrology. And Shadabishak is ruled by Rahu, the magician. The magician was that alchemist, and Shadabishak has that energy. It's actually represented by 100 healers, and it's a portal for deep transformation and emotional healing. It's, yes, physical healing, but it's that deep healing of the psyche, deep healing of our emotions that's really available at this time. It's represented by the water bearer because it's pouring forth wisdom and innovation and soul-aligned shifts and changes. It's a time to release old structures and step into a higher purpose. What are you holding an old structure for that isn't serving anymore? I've gone through this last year of, I should say, since the beginning of the year with end of 2024, actually, because of where the eclipse pattern has been, there's just been this really deep change of identity, and just with K2 on my ascendant wanting me to pare things down to really the purity, the essence. And that means weeding things out and letting things go and bringing things to a simpler yet more powerful structure. So I've made shifts and changes. I'm still doing what I'm doing in my business. I still take a stand for business and life from the inside out, walking in alignment with your soul blueprint and walking in alignment with your highest value gifts. Yet there's been shifts and changes on how I have been offering that, because that is what the energetics, that is what my soul blueprint has been calling me to, and yours has been calling you to. We're all being called to release old ways of being, old ways of doing things, and especially the ways that we've taken on that really are not ours. And what I mean by that is, for instance, there are a lot of business strategies. There's a lot of marketing strategies, whether you have your own business or whether you're working for, a company, a corporation, or whatever that might be, or maybe you're writing a book or creating a foundation, whatever that is. But there's not one tried and true way, and they're not all for all of us. You have a unique encoding, and there's a way to express that's very unique to you. And we need to let go of the old structures that don't feel like they're right for us, even if that old structure is something you took on recently and it doesn't feel right. It's time to let that stuff dissolve and allow your unique approach, or a structure that's like a garment that fits much better and feels like you can fully express yourself in that. So we'll have powerful insights downloading for us, visionaries, as coaches, as leaders, and new healing modalities or techniques can really come through during this time. But I'm also hearing to tell you, healers that are a bit in the closet, that it's time to step out with your gifts. The world needs you more than ever in your unique way that you do bring healing to the fore. This is a time where we're going to need to take some really practical steps. Saturn is with this new moon in Aquarius, and Saturn is our great administrator, our great organizer. I'm looking for it here in front of me. And the administrator and the organizer in the Oracle system represent Saturn. Saturn walks one foot in front of the other, does not take a quick road, and wants to be very thorough and complete about things. This is a time when you're going to see a reorganization So maybe you're going to re-articulate your purpose. Maybe it's time to figure out what that is, or maybe the way you're expressing it, or a new way you're doing business in a way. Some of the rituals that go along with this, because of the representation of the water bearer, just water rituals, cleansing ceremonies, with whether that's you getting in the bath, taking a swim somewhere, or you cleansing your crystals. Meditations really release the emotions. Released in this letting go. Breath work is very good for this as well. And really opening up to the visionary downloads. What's next for you? What's that tweak, just that slight shift that is going to allow everything to click into place? Open up to that in meditation. Of course, working with healing crystals always amplify your energy. And chanting, dancing, absolutely moving your body. But chanting Om Namah Shivaya is very useful and very powerful during this new moon, especially because of Shivaratri. So I encourage you to do that super simple mantra. You can look those up on Google. I do that very often in my full moon healing circle, that particular chant. So we're going to want to set our aligned intentions for ourselves, for our life, depending on where this is hitting you. But collectively, this is hitting us in the 11th house, which is groups, communities, organizations. This is where, again, the collective, society, how are we bringing our purpose here? And setting some new goals around business as well. Now, we're going to go into this eclipse cycle, and it's going to rock us around a bit. It is going to be a highly transformational time, and that's short code for, okay, hang on, it's going to rock and roll. So, you setting some intentions on this new moon that you can really use as your guiding principles through this next 3 months is going to be very useful for you. You're going to want to drop into your heart. You're going to get very truthful with yourself and set those intentions. Let them come through from the inside out. I want to ask you a few soul activating reflection and activation questions. This is going to help you in the process I just talked about, okay? First of all, if this is all resonating for you, drop me a heart, drop me some flames. Like, how is this hitting you? And what's coming up for you as I'm talking about this topic of stepping more into our purpose, and what the attachments that we need to let go of, and whatever comes up in these questions. I'd love to hear. I read all my comments, and I'd love to hear what's coming up for you. All right, some tune-in questions, and of course you can always pause this and give yourself time to just do a stream of consciousness and write. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, breathe into your heart, and then let the answer just float up for you. What outdated beliefs or patterns need to be released for you to step into your next level? What outdated beliefs or patterns need to be released for you to step into your next level? Where are you being called to expand your impact in more of a soul-aligned way? Where are you being called to expand your impact in a more soul-aligned way? And what new opportunities are emerging that align with your deeper purpose? What new opportunities are emerging that align with your deeper purpose? Remember, if you are curious about how all these transits and such represent for you, get the free Vedic chart calculator, and that'll help you make more sense of the update. It comes with a really great guide as well to the houses, and also my free Sacred Wealth Code quiz will help you to align with your purpose and prosperity. You'll get one of your Sacred Wealth Code archetypes, the high value gifts, and the shadow as well, and the links are all with the video for that. And also, though, I want to give you created a special offering here for the Vedic reading for your next level of expansion. And this, in this once in a lifetime portal, in this very powerful period of time that we are going through for conscious leaders who are really ready to step into their next level of prosperity, but also of influence and soul-aligned impact. If you are feeling blocked, uncertain, or at a crossroads in any way, your Vedic reading will give you the exact roadmap to move forward with clarity and with confidence. This is you and me sitting down for an hour on Zoom, recording it for you, you getting to ask all your questions, and me outlining for you what's so important for you to see right now and coming up, what these eclipses mean for you, the soul cycle you're running right now, and how to really step into that next level of impact that is going to not only make a difference for the world, but make a huge difference for you as well. So for this new moon portal, I'm offering this at a $222 discount from my signature Vedic Astrology reading, and which is normally $777. So this is for you if you're a conscious leader ready to elevate your purpose and prosperity. If you're seeking divine clarity on how to align with your business with cosmic timing, you have a timing and your business has a timing. And if you want to release energy blocks that are holding you back from your expansion, I do healing work in all of my sessions. You will get a transformation. There's limited spots. There's a link, and click down there or send me a message and I'll make sure that you get that link, okay? All right, so this is a powerful moment for our cosmic alignment. How you move through it will shape your next cycle, not just this next month, but really the rest of the year, because we're going into this eclipse pattern that we're going into, the eclipse cycle. There's just a lot shifting and changing, and this is a very unique one with a huge planetary pileup, which means it's affecting so many areas of life all at one time. So if you're ready to step into that with full clarity, absolutely click that link that's in the description or with the video so that I can support you in that. Drop me a heart, drop me some flames down below in the comments. Let me know if this is resonating for you. Share with me any of the answers that came up for you in the soul wisdom questions that I asked. And I appreciate you subscribing and sharing this. Absolutely helps to get the word out. Let me know, what's your biggest intention for this new moon and for this next very important cycle? Can't wait to hear about it. All right. Thanks for being here. So much love to you.